Ireland, once considered one of the poorest countries in Europe, has undergone a remarkable transformation in recent decades. The nation has experienced an economic boom, catapulting it to the top of the wealth charts. This dramatic shift in fortune has brought with it a host of opportunities and improvements in the standard of living for many of its citizens. However, beneath this veneer of prosperity lies a paradox that has left many scratching their heads. Despite the country's newfound wealth, a significant number of young people are contemplating leaving the Emerald Isle. This trend has raised eyebrows and sparked discussions about the underlying factors driving this disillusionment. At first glance, it may seem counterintuitive that a nation experiencing such economic success would face a potential brain drain. After all, with increased wealth comes better job prospects, higher salaries, and improved quality of life. So, why are so many young Irish people considering packing their bags and seeking greener pastures elsewhere? The answer to this question is complex and multifaceted. It goes beyond simple economic indicators and delves into the intricacies of societal expectations, generational shifts, and the evolving aspirations of Ireland's youth. To truly understand this phenomenon, we must peel back the layers and examine the various factors at play. To fully grasp the current state of affairs in Ireland, it's essential to take a step back and examine the country's economic journey over the past few decades. Ireland's transformation from an economic underdog to a powerhouse is a story that's both fascinating and complex. For much of the 20th century, Ireland grappled with economic challenges. The country's economy was largely agricultural, and it struggled to keep pace with its European neighbors. Unemployment rates were high, and many young people were forced to seek opportunities abroad, leading to a significant brain drain. However, a turning point came when Ireland joined the European Union in 1973. This move opened up new avenues for trade and investment, setting the stage for the country's economic revival. In the 1990s, Ireland made a strategic decision to lower its corporate tax rates, creating an attractive environment for multinational corporations. This tax haven status proved to be a game changer. Major tech giants like Apple, Google, and Microsoft set up shop in Ireland, drawn by the favorable tax regime and the country's well-educated, English-speaking workforce. The influx of foreign investment sparked a period of rapid economic growth, which came to be known as the Celtic Tiger. During the Celtic Tiger years, Ireland's economy roared. GDP growth rates soared, reaching double digits at times. The country's landscape transformed as gleaming office towers and high-tech industrial parks sprouted up. Jobs were plentiful and wages rose, leading to a significant improvement in the standard of living for many Irish people. However, the Celtic Tiger wasn't without its challenges. The rapid growth led to a housing bubble, with property prices skyrocketing to unsustainable levels. When the global financial crisis hit in 2008, Ireland found itself particularly vulnerable. The housing market crashed and the country plunged into a deep recession. Faced with this economic crisis, Ireland made a bold move. Rather than abandoning its tax haven strategy, the country doubled down on it. The government implemented a series of measures to attract even more foreign investment, including maintaining its low corporate tax rates and introducing new incentives for companies to set up operations in Ireland. This approach paid off. Despite the recession, Ireland managed to weather the storm better than many of its European counterparts. The country's economy began to recover and foreign investment continued to pour in. Today, Ireland boasts one of the highest GDP per capita rates in the world, and its economy is the envy of many nations. However, beneath this shining success story lies a more complex reality. While Ireland's economic growth has been impressive, it has also brought with it a new set of challenges. The cost of living in Ireland, particularly in cities like Dublin, has skyrocketed. Housing prices have become unaffordable for many, and rents have reached eye-watering levels. This has led to a growing sense of disillusionment among Ireland's young people. Despite the country's wealth, many feel that they are being left behind. They struggle to find affordable housing, and the high cost of living means that even those with well-paying jobs often find themselves struggling to make ends meet. Moreover, there is a growing sense that the benefits of Ireland's economic success are not being evenly distributed. While multinational corporations and wealthy individuals have thrived, many ordinary Irish people feel that they are not seeing the same level of prosperity. Income inequality has become a pressing concern, and there is a perception that the government's policies have favored the interests of big business over the needs of the average citizen. Ireland's economic model, which relies heavily on attracting foreign investment through low corporate tax rates, has undoubtedly brought prosperity to the country. However, this approach has also given rise to some unintended consequences that are now causing concern among the population. One of the most pressing issues is the high cost of living, particularly in urban areas like Dublin. The influx of multinational corporations and their well-paid employees has driven up demand for housing, leading to skyrocketing prices and rents. This has made it increasingly difficult for ordinary Irish people, especially the younger generation, to afford a place to live. The problem is compounded by the fact that the government's focus on attracting foreign investment has come at the expense of investment in public services. Many Irish people feel that essential services like healthcare, education, and public transportation are underfunded and struggling to keep up with the demands of a growing population. This has led to a situation where, despite the country's overall wealth, many people feel that their quality of life is being eroded. They see multinational corporations benefiting from Ireland's tax policies while ordinary citizens bear the brunt of the high cost of living and inadequate public services. Moreover, there are concerns about the sustainability of Ireland's economic model in the long term. The country's reliance on foreign investment leaves it vulnerable to shifts in the global economy and changes in international tax laws. In recent years, there has been growing pressure from other countries and international organizations to crack down on tax havens and ensure that corporations pay their fair share of taxes. If these efforts gain traction, it could have significant implications for Ireland's economy. The country's low corporate tax rates have been a key driver of its success in attracting foreign investment. If these rates are forced to increase, or if corporations decide to move their operations to other countries with more favorable tax regimes, Ireland could face economic challenges. This raises important questions about the long-term viability of Ireland's economic strategy. While the country has undoubtedly benefited from its tax haven status in the short term, it may need to consider alternative approaches that prioritize the needs of its citizens and ensure a more balanced and sustainable economic model. The lessons learned from Ireland's experience are not unique to the Emerald Isle. Many other countries around the world face similar challenges as they seek to navigate the complex landscape of globalization and international competition for investment. One key takeaway is the importance of striking a balance between attracting foreign investment and ensuring that the benefits of economic growth are broadly shared among the population. While low corporate tax rates can be an effective tool for boosting economic activity, they should not come at the expense of investment in public services and infrastructure. Another lesson is the need for countries to diversify their economies and avoid over-reliance on a single sector or source of investment. Ireland's heavy dependence on multinational corporations leaves it vulnerable to economic shocks and changes in the global business environment. By cultivating a more diverse range of industries and economic activities, countries can build greater resilience and stability. Finally, Ireland's experience highlights the importance of considering the long-term implications of economic policies. While short-term gains can be attractive, it is crucial to ensure that these policies are sustainable and aligned with the long-term interests of the country and its people. As other countries grapple with similar challenges, they will need to carefully consider these lessons and adapt them to their own unique circumstances. By learning from Ireland's successes and challenges, they can chart a course towards a more balanced, sustainable, and inclusive economic future. Ireland's economic journey has been a roller coaster ride of highs and lows, triumphs and challenges. The country's transformation from an economic underdog to a wealthy nation is a testament to the power of strategic planning and savvy policymaking. However, the glittering facade of Ireland's success story masks a more complex and troubling reality. The paradox at the heart of Ireland's situation is that despite the country's impressive wealth, many of its citizens are struggling to maintain a high quality of life. The high cost of living, particularly in urban areas, has made it difficult for people to afford basic necessities like housing and healthcare. Meanwhile, the government's focus on attracting foreign investment has come at the expense of investment in public services, leaving many people feeling left behind. This raises serious questions about the sustainability of Ireland's economic model. The country's heavy reliance on low corporate tax rates and foreign investment leaves it vulnerable to changes in the global economic landscape. As international efforts to combat tax havens gain momentum, Ireland may find itself facing a reckoning. If the true nature of Ireland's economic situation is exposed, it could have far-reaching consequences. The country's reputation as a business-friendly destination could be tarnished, leading to a slowdown in foreign investment. This in turn could put pressure on the government to find new ways to generate revenue and support public services. Ultimately, the lessons learned from Ireland's experience point to the need for a more balanced and sustainable approach to economic growth. While attracting foreign investment can be a powerful tool for boosting prosperity, it should not come at the expense of the well-being of a country's citizens. As Ireland looks to the future, it will need to grapple with these challenges and find ways to build an economy that works for everyone. This may require a fundamental rethinking of the country's economic strategy, with a greater emphasis on investing in public services, supporting local businesses, and ensuring that the benefits of growth are more evenly distributed. Only by taking a long-term, holistic view of economic development can Ireland hope to create a more stable, prosperous, and equitable future for all its people. The road ahead may be challenging, but with the right policies and priorities, Ireland has the potential to once again be a model for the world. This time as a nation that puts the needs of its citizens first.